Let me tell you something you likely won't hear anywhere else in the dating advice sphere. It's not about having the perfect jawline, a bank account overflowing with cash, or an IQ that rivals Einstein. While those things might be nice, they are ultimately superficial. If you genuinely desire to attract women, not just fleeting attention, but real, meaningful connection, the key lies in mastering yourself. This isn't about changing who you are to fit some manufactured ideal, it's about uncovering the strength, confidence, and emotional resilience that already exist within you. The truth is, a vast majority of men are failing miserably at this fundamental level. They're chasing external validation, desperately seeking approval, and ultimately pushing away the very connection they crave. Forget everything you've been told about outdated dating rules. Forget the pressure to buy expensive gifts, mimic the latest fashion trends, or regurgitate tired pickup lines. What truly captivates a woman's attention, what ignites her interest and fosters genuine attraction, is your emotional strength, your unwavering ability to remain calm, centered, and unshakable, regardless of the chaos that life throws your way. This is not some abstract concept, it's a tangible skill, honed through intentional practice and a commitment to personal growth. And believe me, if you don't get this right, if you neglect the crucial work of self-mastery, no amount of superficial tricks or confidence-boosting platitudes will salvage your dating life. In fact, they'll likely backfire, exposing your insecurity and driving her further away. Video insert point, short montage of men trying cheesy pickup lines with awkward or negative reactions from women. If you've ever experienced the sting of being ignored, the sharp rejection of being overlooked by women you were genuinely interested in, it's because they instinctively sense something you're missing, a lack of self-control, a dependence on external validation, an emotional fragility that makes them wary of investing their time and energy. They see that you're not in command of your own ship, and that lack of control is a major red flag. But here's the incredible news, the empowering realization that can completely transform your dating life and beyond. By mastering a few simple, yet profoundly effective, Stoic principles, you can cultivate that inner strength, that unshakable confidence, and that genuine self-assuredness that will make her want you, without even trying. This isn't just another shallow dating tip video promising overnight results. This is a journey into the heart of authentic attraction, a secret strategy to unlock not just her heart, but your own potential. And it all starts with you, not her, not what she wants you to be, but you, mastering your mind, regulating your emotions, and consciously shaping how you show up in the world. Are you ready to finally win at this game, not by manipulating or deceiving, but by becoming the best, most authentic version of yourself? Let's dive in and explore the transformative power of Stoicism in the realm of attraction. Chapter 1: The Lies You've Been Told About Attraction. Let's confront a harsh reality. Most men have been fed a relentless stream of lies about what truly makes women attracted to them. Society, fueled by advertising, media portrayals, and outdated social norms, constantly bombards you with messages that are not only inaccurate but actively detrimental to your success in the dating world. You're told to relentlessly chase women, showering them with superficial gifts, hollow compliments, and desperate attempts at attention. Or even worse, you're encouraged to adopt a fake persona, to act like someone you're not, in a misguided attempt to appeal to a manufactured ideal of masculinity. And then, predictably, you're left scratching your head, wondering why she's not interested, why she's ghosting you after a few dates, or why things just never seem to work out in the long run. Video insert point, quick cuts of stereotypical, dating advice, clichés, buying flowers, doing grand gestures, overly complimenting a woman's appearance. Let me be brutally honest, and perhaps a little controversial, you're doing it all wrong. You've been conditioned to believe that dating is some sort of elaborate game where you need to win her attention, to outsmart the competition, to perform the right sequence of actions to unlock her affection. But here's the fundamental truth that most dating gurus conveniently ignore: the more you try to win her, the more you inevitably lose yourself. And she can feel it. Women possess an almost uncanny ability to sense inauthenticity, to detect when you're putting on an act, when you're trying too hard to impress, when your words and actions don't align with your true self. The more you attempt to impress her with manufactured charm, the more she instinctively distances herself, erecting emotional barriers to protect herself from what she perceives as a lack of genuine connection. It's time to abandon the outdated, manipulative tactics and embrace a new paradigm, a paradigm shift from chasing to attracting. And the only way to truly attract her, to create a magnetic pull that draws her in naturally and effortlessly, is by embarking on a journey of radical self-mastery. This is not about becoming someone else, it's about stripping away the layers of societal conditioning, the false beliefs, and the self-limiting narratives that have been holding you back from realizing your full potential. Chapter 2, The Power of Emotional Unshakability. Let me pose a challenging question, a question that demands honest introspection. When was the last time you felt completely, unequivocally in control of your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions to the world around you? If you're like the vast majority of men, the honest answer is probably, rarely, or even, never. You're likely caught in a constant cycle of reactivity, constantly responding to external stimuli, allowing your emotions to be dictated by the whims of your circumstances. Her moods, her words, her text messages, these external factors wield an inordinate amount of power over your emotional state, throwing you off balance and undermining your sense of inner peace. Video insert point, split screen showing a man reacting dramatically to text messages, first happy, then anxious, then angry. But what if I told you that mastering your inner world, cultivating emotional unshakability, is the secret to not only capturing her attention but keeping it, fostering a deep and lasting connection that transcends superficial infatuation? This isn't some fleeting gimmick or a quick-fix solution. It's a profound philosophy, a timeless wisdom that has been practiced and refined for thousands of years, the philosophy of Stoicism. Now, I can already hear the skepticism creeping in. You might be wondering, what does some ancient philosophy have to do with modern dating? How can Stoicism possibly help me attract women? The answer is, everything. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions, becoming a cold, unfeeling robot, or detaching yourself from the world. It's about mastering your emotions, understanding their origins, and learning to regulate them rather than being controlled by them. It's about cultivating a sense of inner resilience that allows you to weather any storm, to remain calm and centered in the face of adversity, and to respond to challenges with wisdom and equanimity. When you stop impulsively reacting to everything around you, when you cultivate the ability to pause, reflect, and choose your response deliberately, that's when she starts noticing you. Not the guy who's flashy, who's constantly trying to make her laugh, who's desperate for her approval, but the man who's grounded, who knows who he is, who doesn't need her validation to feel complete. Chapter 3, Stoicism in Action, the Magnetic Appeal of Self-Control. Imagine, for a moment, walking into any social situation, whether it's a high-stakes business meeting, a nerve-wracking job interview, a casual encounter at a coffee shop, or a first date with a woman you're genuinely interested in, with the kind of calm, confident presence that instantly commands respect and attention. Picture this, while other guys are nervously fumbling their words, desperately trying to impress her with jokes, bragging about their accomplishments, or showing off their material possessions, you're there, relaxed, unhurried, not seeking her approval, but simply being present, fully engaged in the moment. That's power. That's what makes you stand out in her mind, not as another desperate pursuer, but as a man of substance, a man of character, a man who is comfortable in his own skin. Video insert point, side-by-side comparison of a nervous, fidgety man on a date versus a calm, confident man on a date. Here's a profound truth that no one wants to talk about, a truth that shatters the conventional wisdom of the dating world: women don't fundamentally want to be chased. They want to be drawn in, captivated by a sense of mystery, intrigued by your self-assuredness, and compelled to explore the depths of your character. The moment you stop chasing her, the moment you stop trying to prove your worth, the moment you embrace your own inherent value, is the moment she starts to feel something different, something she likely hasn't experienced with other men. She's intrigued by your lack of desperation. She's curious about the source of your inner peace. And most importantly, she starts wanting you, not because of what you're doing, but because of who you are. Why? Because you're demonstrating a quality that 99% of other men simply can't, self-control. You're showing her that you're not driven by your impulses, that you're not easily swayed by external factors, that you're capable of maintaining your composure in any situation. Stoicism is the secret weapon you never knew you needed. It's not about manipulation or tactics, it's about becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts, not through superficial charm or manufactured charisma, but because of the depth of your character, the strength of your convictions, and the unwavering sense of self-worth that emanates from within. When you master this, everything changes. You'll stop overthinking your next move, stop agonizing over what to say or do, stop trying to anticipate her every need, and start simply being the man who she is naturally drawn to, the man who she secretly desires to chase. And guess what? It's not as hard as you think. Once you understand these core Stoic principles and learn how to apply them consciously to your daily life, not only will your dating life undergo a radical transformation, but every other aspect of your existence will improve as well. Your relationships with friends and family, your career trajectory, your financial stability, your overall sense of well-being, everything gets better when you're grounded in a foundation of self-mastery. So, if you're truly ready to learn how to become the kind of man who commands attention without ever needing to ask for it, the kind of man who exudes confidence without arrogance, the kind of man who attracts women effortlessly and authentically, then let's delve deeper into the practical applications of Stoicism in the realm of attraction. Chapter 4, The Power of Words, Connecting on a Deeper Level. Now that you understand the foundational power of Stoicism in shaping your inner world and projecting an aura of self-assuredness, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood aspects of attraction, the words you use. Most guys, influenced by the aforementioned stream of misinformation, believe they need to concoct clever pickup lines, memorize witty comebacks, and engage in elaborate verbal gymnastics to capture a woman's attention. But I'm telling you right now, with absolute certainty, that's dead wrong. It's not about being clever or funny or entertaining, although those qualities can certainly be assets, it's about saying the right things, at the right time, in a way that connects on a deeper, more authentic level. It's about using your words to reveal your character, to express your genuine appreciation, and to foster a sense of mutual understanding and respect. Video insert point, a montage of cringeworthy pickup lines followed by examples of genuine, thoughtful conversation. Let me break it down for you with a dose of blunt honesty. Women hear superficial compliments all the time. You're beautiful. You're so hot. I love your dress. These generic platitudes don't even register for her anymore because she's heard them a million times before. She's become immune to their insincerity, and they often come across as shallow and manipulative. But you know what she rarely hears? Real compliments. Compliments that go beyond her physical appearance and acknowledge the depth of her character, the strength of her intellect, and the uniqueness of her personality. Step 1, The Power of a Name. Start using her name in conversation. This might sound incredibly simple, almost ridiculously obvious, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful, yet underutilized, techniques you can employ. When you consciously and strategically weave her name into the fabric of your conversation, it triggers something deep and primal within her subconscious mind. It makes her feel recognized, validated, unique, and important, all fundamental human desires that are often neglected in our increasingly impersonal world. But don't overdo it. This isn't about bombarding her with her own name in every sentence, which would come across as forced, unnatural, and even a little creepy. Use it strategically, like a subtle seasoning that enhances the overall flavor of the interaction. Drop it in at key moments, such as when you're giving her a genuine compliment, when you're expressing sincere gratitude, or when you're acknowledging something important she's shared with you. For example, instead of saying, "That's a really interesting point," try saying, "That's a really interesting point, Sarah. I hadn't thought about it that way before." Or instead of simply saying, "Thank you for doing that," try saying, "Thank you for doing that, Emily. I really appreciate you going the extra mile." The subtle addition of her name transforms a generic statement into a personalized acknowledgement, making her feel like she's the only person in the room, the sole recipient of your undivided attention. Step 2. Compliment beyond the surface. Compliment her in ways that no one else does. As I mentioned earlier, most guys, in their desperate attempts to impress, default to complimenting a woman's physical appearance. It's easy, it's readily apparent, and they believe it's what women want to hear. But the truth is, while physical compliments can be appreciated in moderation, they ultimately lack substance and fail to create a lasting impression. If you truly want to stand out from the crowd, if you want to demonstrate that you see her as more than just a pretty face, you need to delve deeper and compliment her mind, her intelligence, her character, her passions, and her unique perspective on the world. Video insert point, graphics illustrating the difference between superficial and meaningful compliments. If she tells you a story about something she's passionate about, whether it's her volunteer work, her artistic pursuits, her intellectual curiosity, or her dedication to a particular cause, don't just nod and smile passively. Show her that you're genuinely listening, that you're engaged with what she's saying, and that you appreciate the depth of her passion. Say something like, "I love how passionate you are about this." It's rare to meet someone who thinks so deeply about things and is so committed to making a difference. Or if she expresses a particularly insightful or intelligent observation, acknowledge her intellect by saying something like, "That's a really insightful point. You have a remarkable way of seeing things from a different angle." These kinds of compliments aren't just flattering, they make her feel truly seen, truly understood, and truly appreciated for who she is, beyond the superficial facade. And that's what she's ultimately looking for, a connection that transcends the physical and delves into the realm of shared values, intellectual stimulation, and emotional intimacy. Step 3. The power of gratitude. Practice gratitude. This is something that often gets overlooked in the realm of dating advice, but it's incredibly powerful in fostering connection and building rapport. Women notice when you appreciate the small things they do, the thoughtful gestures, the acts of kindness, and the efforts they make to enhance your experience. If she does something thoughtful for you, whether it's holding the door open, offering you a drink, remembering a detail about your life, or simply lending a listening ear when you're going through a tough time, don't just brush it off or take it for granted. Acknowledge it, express your sincere appreciation, and let her know that her actions have made a positive impact on your day. A simple "thank you" can go a long way in demonstrating your gratitude, but don't just say it mechanically. Mean it. Put genuine emotion behind your words and let her see the sincerity in your eyes. When you express genuine gratitude, it makes her feel valued, appreciated, and respected. And in a world where most guys take her for granted, where she's constantly bombarded with requests and demands, that's a game changer. It elevates you above the noise and positions you as a man of character, a man who recognizes and appreciates the value of her presence in your life. Step 4. Stop over-apologizing. Now, let me address a pervasive mistake that I see countless guys making, a mistake that undermines their confidence and diminishes their attractiveness. Stop over-apologizing. I see this behavior all the time, guys constantly apologizing for things they didn't even do wrong, apologizing for expressing their opinions, apologizing for taking up space, apologizing for simply being themselves, all in a desperate attempt to avoid conflict, keep the peace, and maintain her approval. Let me tell you something, apologizing excessively makes you look weak, insecure, and lacking in conviction. It signals to her that you're not confident in your own worth, that you're afraid of offending her, and that you're willing to compromise your own values to maintain her affection. Women respect men who own their actions, who stand by their convictions, who are not afraid to express their opinions, even if they differ from hers. So, apologize when it's genuinely necessary, when you've made a mistake, when you've hurt her feelings, or when you've acted in a way that is inconsistent with your values. But don't apologize for being who you are. Don't apologize for having your own opinions. Don't apologize for taking up space in the world. Embrace your authenticity, stand tall in your convictions, and let your actions speak louder than your apologies. Chapter 5, Actions Speak Louder Than Words, Stoicism in Motion. Words are undoubtedly important. They shape our perceptions, convey our intentions, and foster connection. But they're only half the equation. Your actions matter even more. You can say all the right things, deliver the most eloquent compliments, and express the most profound gratitude, but if your actions don't align with your words, if your behavior contradicts your stated values, it's game over. She'll see through the facade, recognize the inconsistency, and lose all trust and respect for you. Video insert point, split screen showing a man saying romantic things, but then acting selfishly. That's where Stoicism comes in once again, providing a framework for aligning your actions with your inner values and projecting an aura of calm, confident, and purposeful behavior. Stoic philosophy teaches that your actions should be deliberate, grounded, rooted in a calm inner confidence, and guided by reason rather than impulse. It's about consciously shaping your behavior to reflect the kind of man you aspire to be, the kind of man who is worthy of her attention and respect. Let me show you how this works in the real world, with practical examples of Stoic principles translated into tangible actions that will enhance your attractiveness and foster deeper connections. Action 1. Master your body language. This might sound incredibly basic, almost painfully obvious, but it's where most guys go tragically wrong. Your body is constantly sending signals, communicating your inner state to the world, whether you realize it or not. Your posture, your gestures, your eye contact, your facial expressions, all of these subtle cues convey a wealth of information about your confidence, your self-esteem, and your overall level of comfort in your own skin. When you're fidgeting nervously, shifting your weight from foot to foot, avoiding eye contact, slouching your shoulders, or engaging in other anxious behaviors, you're inadvertently telling her that you're nervous, unsure of yourself, and lacking in confidence. And if you're not confident in yourself, why should she be confident in you? So, the first step in mastering your body language is to calm your body. Consciously relax your muscles, release any tension you're holding in your jaw, neck, or shoulders, and ground yourself in the present moment. Stand tall, plant your feet firmly on the ground, and allow your shoulders to relax naturally. You want to exude calm confidence, not forced arrogance or nervous tension. Eye contact is another crucial element of body language. A lot of guys either avoid eye contact altogether because they're nervous and intimidated, or they overdo it, staring intensely and coming off as creepy and unsettling. The Stoic way is to strike a balance, to maintain a steady, confident gaze that conveys both interest and respect. Hold her gaze for a few seconds at a time, long enough to show that you're present, engaged, and genuinely interested in what she's saying, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable or intrusive. When you get this right, when you master the art of confident eye contact, it creates a powerful connection, fostering a sense of intimacy and trust that transcends mere words. Action 2. Move with purpose. Think about the last time you walked into a room, whether it was a crowded party, a bustling coffee shop, or a first date with a woman you were interested in. Did you rush in, head down, scanning the room nervously, trying to find a familiar face or an escape route? If so, you're not alone. Most guys do this without even realizing it, unconsciously projecting an air of uncertainty and anxiety. But here's the thing, when you move quickly, erratically, and without intention, you're sending a subconscious message that you're unsure of yourself, that you're not comfortable in your own skin, and that you're seeking external validation. Stoic men move slowly, deliberately, and with purpose. Every step is grounded, every movement is intentional, and every action is guided by a clear sense of inner direction. You're in control of your space, you're not rushed or hurried, and you're confident that wherever you're going, you belong there. Women pick up on this subtle cue, this almost imperceptible air of self-assurance, and they find it incredibly attractive. They notice the way you move, the way you carry yourself, the way you navigate the world with a sense of calm confidence. When you move with purpose, it communicates strength, self-assurance, and a deep-seated belief in your own worth. You become the guy who isn't rattled by the environment around him, who isn't swayed by the opinions of others, and who is capable of navigating any situation with grace and equanimity. Action 3. Small gestures, big impact. Forget the outdated idea that you need to make grand, romantic gestures, like showering her with expensive gifts, whisking her away on exotic vacations, or composing elaborate love poems, to win her over. The truth is, it's the little things that matter most, the small, thoughtful gestures that demonstrate that you're truly paying attention, that you're genuinely invested in her well-being, and that you care about her on a deeper level. And I'm not talking about generic acts of chivalry, like opening doors or pulling out chairs. I'm talking about personalized gestures that are tailored to her specific interests, preferences, and needs. Maybe she mentioned her favorite author a few weeks ago. Surprise her with a signed copy of that author's latest book. Or maybe she told you about a personal challenge she's facing at work. Check in with her about it, offer your support, and let her know that you're there to listen without judgment. Video insert point, montage of small, thoughtful gestures, bringing coffee, offering a listening ear, remembering small details. These small gestures show that you're engaged, that you're listening, and that you care about her on a deeper level than just physical attraction. They demonstrate that you see her as a whole person, with thoughts, feelings, and aspirations that are worthy of your attention and respect. Action 4. Stop trying to be the entertainer. A lot of guys, driven by insecurity and a desperate need for approval, think they need to constantly keep women entertained with jokes, stories, and witty banter. They believe that if they can make her laugh, if they can keep her attention riveted, then they'll somehow win her over. But here's a secret that will completely transform your dating life: women don't want a clown. They want a man. They want a partner who can provide emotional support, intellectual stimulation, and a sense of security and stability. So, instead of trying to be the life of the party, the center of attention, or the constant source of amusement, be the guy who's fully present, who listens more than he speaks, who asks thoughtful questions, and who offers genuine empathy. Trust me, that's way more attractive than being the funny guy who's always trying to steal the spotlight. When you prioritize listening over talking, when you show genuine interest in her thoughts and feelings, you create a space for her to feel seen, heard, and understood. And that's the foundation of any meaningful connection. Chapter 6, Applying Stoicism in Modern Relationships, Handling Challenges with Grace. Life is unpredictable. Things don't always go as planned. Dates can go awry, misunderstandings can arise, and relationships can face unexpected challenges. How you handle these inevitable bumps in the road is a crucial test of your character and a powerful indicator of your potential as a long-term partner. Most guys would panic in these situations, allowing their emotions to spiral out of control, reacting impulsively, and ultimately making the situation worse. But you, as a Stoic man, are different. You don't let external circumstances dictate your inner peace. You understand that you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Video insert point, graphics illustrating the Stoic principle of controlling your response, not the event itself. Let's explore some common relationship scenarios and examine how a Stoic approach can help you navigate these challenges with grace, resilience, and a renewed sense of self-assuredness. Scenario 1, the date is going badly. Maybe the conversation is awkward, the chemistry is lacking, the restaurant messed up your order, or some other unforeseen circumstance is derailing the date. A lot of guys would try desperately to fix everything, to smooth things over, to make the night perfect, all in a desperate attempt to salvage the situation and maintain her approval. But a Stoic man doesn't need everything to be perfect to enjoy himself. He stays calm, relaxed, and unbothered by the little things. He knows that it's not about the situation itself, but about how he handles it. He might acknowledge the awkwardness with a touch of humor, saying something like, "Well, this isn't exactly going according to plan, but let's make the best of it, shall we?" He might politely address the restaurant's mistake, but without making a scene or becoming overly demanding. And most importantly, he'll focus on finding common ground, on engaging in genuine conversation, and on demonstrating that he's capable of maintaining his composure, even in the face of adversity. When she sees that you're not rattled by the small stuff, that you're able to adapt to unexpected circumstances, and that you're still able to enjoy the evening despite the setbacks, she'll feel more comfortable and at ease with you. She'll recognize that you're not someone who needs everything to be perfect to be happy, and that you're capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Scenario 2, she starts pulling away. This is a tough one, and it's where most guys completely mess up. When a woman starts to pull away, to become less communicative, to cancel plans, or to generally distance herself emotionally, most men go into panic mode. They start texting her more frequently, calling her repeatedly, trying to figure out what went wrong, and desperately seeking reassurance. But here's the thing, that's exactly what pushes her further away. The more you chase after her, the more you cling to her, the more you demonstrate your desperation, the more she'll instinctively recoil. A Stoic man understands that he can't control her actions, her thoughts, or her feelings. He can only control his own response. So, instead of chasing after her, he steps back, he gives her space, and he allows her to process whatever she's going through without pressure or interference. He might send her a simple message, saying something like, "Hey, I've noticed you seem a little distant lately. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for you if you need anything, but I also respect your space. Take care." And then he leaves it at that. He doesn't bombard her with texts, he doesn't call her repeatedly, and he doesn't try to guilt her into spending time with him. In that space, in that absence of pressure, she has the opportunity to reflect on her feelings, to assess her priorities, and to decide what she truly wants. And in many cases, she'll realize that she misses your presence in her life, that she values your support, and that she wants to reconnect. Now, this might sound counterintuitive, almost paradoxical, but it works. Women are naturally drawn to men who don't need them, who are secure in themselves, and who are not afraid to lose them. When you show that you're not desperate for her attention, that you're not afraid to let her go, and that you're confident in your own worth regardless of her actions, it changes the entire dynamic of the relationship. Suddenly, she's the one chasing you, wondering what she did wrong, and trying to win back your attention. Chapter 7, Be True to Yourself, the Ultimate Act of Attraction. At the end of the day, after all the Stoic principles, the communication techniques, and the behavioral strategies, none of it truly matters if you're not being true to yourself. You've heard this platitude countless times before, but let me break it down in a way that makes sense in the context of attraction and self-mastery. Being true to yourself doesn't mean being lazy, complacent, or stagnant. It doesn't mean refusing to grow, improve, or challenge your own limitations. It doesn't mean clinging to your flaws and weaknesses as if they were badges of honor. What it means is embracing who you are at your core, acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, accepting your imperfections, and showing up as that authentic person in every situation, without pretense, without manipulation, and without trying to be someone you're not. Video insert point, montage of diverse men embracing their unique personalities and passions. Stop trying to be the guy you think she wants you to be. Stop trying to conform to some manufactured ideal of masculinity. Stop trying to impress her with superficial accomplishments. Start being the best version of you. Start cultivating your passions, pursuing your goals, living your values, and expressing your unique personality. And trust that the right woman, the woman who is truly meant to be with you, will be drawn to that authenticity, to that self-assuredness, and to that unwavering commitment to living a life that is aligned with your own inner truth. When you master yourself, when you cultivate inner peace, when you embrace your authentic self, you stop chasing women. You stop trying to win their approval. You stop playing the dating game. And instead, you focus on living your life with purpose, with intention, and with unwavering strength. And when you do that, something amazing happens, women start chasing you. Not because of what you say, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Because they recognize the depth of your character, the strength of your convictions, and the unwavering sense of self-worth that radiates from within. Conclusion: the Stoic path to authentic attraction. So, here's the final takeaway, the core message that I want you to carry with you long after this video ends: stop chasing women. Stop trying to impress them. Stop playing the dating game. Instead, Become the kind of man who naturally attracts everything he wants in life by mastering himself first. Be the calm in the storm, the rock that everyone else leans on, the source of unwavering strength and resilience. Cultivate inner peace, embrace your authentic self, and live your life with purpose and intention. And watch as your entire life begins to transform, your relationships deepen, your career flourishes, and your overall sense of well-being soars to new heights. You now have the keys to unlock not just her heart, but your own potential. It's not about fancy tricks, cheesy lines, or manipulative tactics. It's about mastering yourself, cultivating inner peace, and living a life that is aligned with your values. Take what you've learned, apply it to your daily life, and watch how everything changes. If you're ready to take this journey even further, to delve deeper into the practical applications of Stoicism, and to build the kind of life and relationships you deserve, subscribe now and let's keep building together. Remember, the power to attract lies within you. Unleash it.